youtube.com/MayhewMayhem. That's youtube.com/MayhewMayhem.
Hello and welcome to another episode of 30 Minutes of Mayhem. I am your host. My name is Michael Mayhew, and I'm here with my co-hosts.
What's up, everybody? Once again, we're back from the dead. It's me, Greg, and I'm joined tonight by the man who smokes more pot than Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg combined.
What's up, everybody? I'm Ryan Gatman, and I'm glad to be back. And the man who thinks about sailing around the world for men.
Do that one all over again, Ryan.
God damn it. I'm sweating balls in here. It's hot as shit.
I can't work under these conditions.
I can't. Oh, I need to smoke some weed. I can't think. Okay. And the man... What the fuck was that? Somebody shit themselves?
They all timed that busting ass perfectly.
Oh, I was just about to go on it, and then all of a sudden I heard... I was like, God damn.
I heard you inhale. You're like, and then you're about ready to say something. Just burp.
You can do it, Ryan. I believe in you.
All right, shut the fuck up. No one make a fucking sound. And the man who needs to bust out his credit card and buy me a plane ticket so I can come up and cuddle with him.
Dale.
30 Minutes of Mayhem is on iTunes. All you have to do is go to the iTunes store and search MayhewMayhem, MayhewMayhem, all one. Also search 30 Minutes of Mayhem, and it'll probably come up then. You could download some episodes and take them on the go with you for your listening pleasure. Also, in the description to this video, there is an email address. You can use that email address and donate to the show via PayPal. The email address is 30minutesofmayhem@gmail.com. It's currently that time of the month for Dale. And he's
He's bleeding out of his goddamn bitch.
Bitch.
You bitch.
Yeah, come on, scissor me.
Kid.
Wow, Weeze, you're fucking hot.
Are you still talking about Dale?
Yeah. I'm looking at his photos in his Navy uniform. He's fucking hot, man. Doing all those fucking push-ups and reps really did him well.
Speaking of the Navy makes me think about homosexuals. And what that homosexuals are trying to do right now is have their commitments to each other recognized by the government. So my question is, what do you guys think about people that bail out on their commitments, whether it's a verbal commitment or a written commitment? But when somebody bails on something that they say they are going to do, and then they just bail on it.
Cowards. Depends on the commitment, though. Either A, they're cowards and just don't want to go through it. B, they don't care enough. Or C, I mean, they might be scared. And I know kind of scared falls cowards thing, but there is actually somewhat of a difference.
All depends. Well, like you said, it all depends on what the person is bailing on the other person. You know.
Are you saying it's situational?
Yeah, it is situational.
I always have a problem with seeing some of my good friends, female friends or whatever. They find a they're in a relationship, whatever, and then next thing you know they have, and then all of a sudden, boom, the dude just pieces out.
I mean, that's dirtbag shit all around, definitely.
I know it's all around, but it's actually one of my biggest things. It's why even? It's they don't even try.
Right,
hence the whole coward thing. It's just they don't care. I don't know if it's a whole pride thing.
I have to agree with you. My biggest thing about people bailing out on shit is I mean, yes, it is situational, but it depends on the extent of what it is to make how bad it is. But I'm like a man of my word. 99.99% of the time that I say I'm going to do something, I do it because I'm a man of my word. It drives me nuts. It doesn't matter if it's something as hardcore as, you know, bailing on your lady that you just had, or like you say, you know, you're going to help me move, and then I'm sitting there the day of waiting, you know, for you to show up
And you never do.
with your truck, you know, it's like, oh, yeah, we'll just throw some boxes and like your fucking couch and shit in the back of my truck, and we'll just take it to your new place. No big deal. It'll be like fucking 10 minutes. We'll be good. Oh yeah, and then you don't show up, and then I'm trying to call you, and you're not answering me. You're dodging me and shit. That drives me absolutely insane. Either way, I mean, yes, the bailing out on baby mama is worse than bailing out on somebody when you say you're gonna help them move, but both of them just drive me in fucking insane.
Like I said, just like some people just don't care.
Put it to this fact: I had someone that I was dating. They committed that they were going to help me with my math and to help me out with doing all that. They bailed on me. I mean, after we broke up and everything.
Well, I mean, they kind of bailed on
She
you
said she
because
was always going to be there for me, you know, and try to help me out.
that's pretty much any relationship. Just say it like that, especially, you know, I gotta.
Yeah, but she promised me, you know what I mean? If you make a promise like that, you don't.
My opinion is basically if you don't have a good reason for bailing, like if you got super really sick or someone in your family died or something, if you bail on something without a decent reason because you're too much of a pussy to man up and just say, hey, I can't do this, then you're a fucking asshole.
I mean, our government does that to us all the time.
Yeah, the government does do that to us all the time. How fucked do you think we are due to the current state of the government?
Super.
One word answer: we're super fucked.
They're basically taking a dick and shoving it up our assholes with no lube.
Well, I mean, are we talking about the Navy or are we talking about the government in general?
All of it. Well, our military guys are losing all their benefits now.
Dale, does the Navy at least spit on it?
Lately, no.
Lately, no. Okay. Go on, Ryan.
Trying to take away people getting money now from that either retired from the military. They're trying to cut their pay in half.
Try to take it away? You mean they did take it away?
Well, they
pretty
did.
much.
Well, yeah.
Did they actually? Did that officially go through?
Yeah, it went through.
I seen
Yeah.
what they were doing was they were doing with the budgeting or whatever, and they were budgeting more money towards people that are too dirtbaggish to get a job. And I know from personal experience that it's hard as fuck to get a job right now. Like I got an interview for a job. There was 5 positions open, and I didn't get a single one of the 5 positions that were open. And I'm like, how many people could have applied for this job to where I didn't get a single position, or was I just that fucking terrible at the interview? Aside from that, you got the people that actually live off of the government and just keep pumping out fucking kids to get government aid. And they should have to be drug tested to get that government aid, but that's a completely different point. I heard that they were budgeting between that and the veterans and such, that they were allotting more money towards welfare versus paying the veterans their retirement. Is that Did that go through?
Yep.
Yep.
There's a perfect example of that I actually seen, and it was a video shared on Facebook. I don't know if you've seen it, but it was a lady who had 15 kids.
Jesus Christ.
Her quote unquote fiance, who
Sure was.
fathered 10 of those kids, is go figure, he's in jail. So people were actually like donating and giving them money and stuff like that. And during the interview, she said that somebody has to pay for her 15 kids.
Yeah, that somebody's fucking her. Her and her baby
Nobody,
daddy.
nobody
Exactly.
said. Nobody told her to go out and have 15 kids.
Fuck's sake. You know, what a condom. Goddamn, they're not that fucking complicated to use in the goddamn health department. We'll
It's
give
more
you
like-
them for free.
It's more like go get a hysterectomy for fuck's sake.
That's what we need to start doing. Like when people have that many kids and they're living off the government, the government, instead of paying for their 15 kids, should say, okay, you've hit the 5 kid limit and you haven't had a job in 20 years. So we're going to go ahead and give you the option to have a hysterectomy, and we'll cover it. We'll cover it, because a one-time charge for a hysterectomy is a hell of a lot less than paying for another 25 years with her just adding a kid on every year.
But another thing that fucked this country and fucked us up a lot is our own government doing free trading and shipped out a lot of our jobs from America to other countries because and allowing corporations to send jobs out to other countries because it's cheaper for the corporation.
Yeah, we've actually talked about the topic of America outsourcing the jobs on a previous episode of the show. If you wanted to go and check it out, I will link it in the description if I remember to do so.
I think what I think one of the biggest points of the government of us being completely fucked is the fact that, I mean, because don't get me wrong, I've hated pretty much every president we've had in office throughout my entire lifetime, but I do have to say Obama's probably the absolute worst, and two of the main reasons is because, for one thing, he's pretty much signed off deals allowing drones to basically kill whoever he wants to be killed. Like, if he doesn't like you, he could just basically sign off having you murdered. And another reason is because he's like employed more invasions of privacy in that under his administration. I mean, the whole NSA scandal and that was all shit that happened like during his administration. I mean, it was started under Bush's administration, but it was like doubled under his administration.
Did you know in Colorado they actually have licenses to shoot down drones?
Really?
Yeah, I did hear about that. That's awesome.
I think it's Colorado. It's one of them states out there. Actually have to where you can get licenses to shoot down drones. They're expensive as fuck, but you can get them. I'm like, fuck, I'm moving to Colorado.
Can you have it, like taxidermied and put on your wall? Is it too big? You have to put it on your fucking roof,
You know what? I'm pretty sure that's not the first time that question has been answered. Or asked, at least. Dude, imagine like you're a taxidermist in Colorado and somebody just fucking hands you a drone. I would try to open it up as much as I can, take out all the like inner parts and like put it back together. Because that's what they do with taxidermy. All it is just a skin.
Yeah,
Really.
They're like, now, what do you got for us, sir? And they're like, oh, I got the big ass truck out here. You come take a look in the back. And then they walk out there, and then they pull a tarp off, and they're like, well, goddamn, is that one of them there unmanned aircrafts? Yes, sir, it. Damn.
Jesus Christ, Jimbo, how the hell did you get that thing?
I done shot it with my 12 gauge.
It's I don't know if people in Colorado talk like.
They don't in Colorado. No. Yeah, they don't talk like that in Colorado. No, that's more of like if they did it in like Georgia or something like that.
They're sitting there talking about Colorado. Next thing you know, they're like, well, goddamn, Jimbo.
Well,
You're just like, what the fuck? We're in Louisiana all of a sudden?
my thought on it was like, who has shit taxidermied? White trash.
My family. Well,
That's redundant.
My day just
not
got
all
better.
white trash has things taxidermy, my friend. There's a lot of successful country boys that have things taxidermied on their walls.
It was funny because like it was so perfect where I said white trash and he said like almost at the same exact fucking time. No, I mean like I understand people that hunt have their kills mounted on their wall. That's a whole different thing. That's like a trophy thing. But people are like, God damn it, I want that squirrel holding up a miniature. I'm gonna set of squirrels holding up the American flag like that Iwo Jima shit. I want that there made out of squirrels. That's fucked up. Like, but who the fuck wants to do that though?
White trash. Yeah, but no, like going back to what Greg said, like I'm adding to what Greg said as what I should say. Did you see where he signed an anti-speech bill?
Yeah.
To where if him or any of his Secret Service member heard what you said that is in offense to the president, they will have you in jail.
There goes the First Amendment.
You're talking shit on our president. Secret Service member heard you, fucking boom, locked up. Not only is he spying on us, he's giving our guns to terrorists. He's actually the real terrorist if you think about it. He signed the anti-speech bill, cutting back all our military benefits and everything just for fucking welfare and immigration. Granted, yes, economy is horrible. There are still jobs available. Right now, jobs are on the rise. But it's just the fact that once you become homeless, you actually... In California, I forget what the fuck he does, but I don't know where he's at. He's probably LA somewhere, but he drives a BMW, and he's homeless. He just gets money every day. And they make more money than I do, and I'm in the military. They make, I think, $50,000 to $60,000. There was another guy, I think it was Texas somewhere, but he was like, he rounded up some homeless people and it's like, hey, I'm going to put you to work or whatever. He's, I'll pay you this. So he's like, job's going to be, 3-4 days, just doing construction. One dude came back like a day later, like after the first day, he came back. He says, I've already wasted too much money, or I've not made enough money.
So, okay, so the guy was homeless. Some other guy employed him because he was homeless to do some construction. And the homeless fellow come back the second day saying that he paid enough?
Well, not necessarily not getting paid enough, but he lost money because he gets more just, from handouts.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. That he would have
Yeah.
been better off just sitting on his ass because he would have made more.
Yeah. That's why there are jobs available. America, listen up. There are jobs available. Granted, the economy may look like shit, but I think it's only because of what social media wants it to, put. They want us to see what they want us to hear. But if you actually look at it, it's actually on the rise.
Well, yeah, I mean, they just released these statistics that said that the unemployment rate has gone down recently, but that's because they basically fixed the how the unemployment rate is measured, because now they decide if the only people who will be counted as unemployed are people who, I'm trying to remember, like, I read this whole article about it. It was from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Says people are classified as unemployed if they meet all of the following criteria. They had no employment during the reference week. They were available for work at that time, and they made specific efforts to find employment during sometime during the period ending with the reference week. But it says here that you only count as unemployed if you don't have a job, but you sent out resumes, made phone calls, or went on an interview to try to get a job. The fact that you don't have a job, do not have prospects for a job, and would take a job if you could find one is irrelevant. If that is your situation, the government says you are not unemployed.
So, okay, so hang on. So you are considered employed if you're trying to get a job and you're not getting hired?
Yep, that's basically what their new statistics say.
All right then.
Well, what they
Then
do out here in California is, if
I
you're
need an
unemployed,
unemployment check.
well, not if you're getting. All right. This is how they do it in California. Is if you're homeless, you go down to there's a center down in LA that you go to, and you say you're homeless. They make you do job searches. Like you have to do so many job searches a month or whatever to keep your money going onto your EBD card. There's a lot of people that go and do that. But California is like they're trying to make it like that. Like they're like, come to live in California, we'll pay you to come live here and live off the government. They want you to do that. Your government wants you to be that way. Be
Yeah.
easier to control you that way.
Make more money living off the streets than you do getting an actual job, so people stay homeless.
Dude, I knew a guy that was making like 200 and something dollars on his food side, and they do two sides. They have a cash side and they have a food side. I was talking to a guy and he's like, yeah, dude, I'm on the food side and $200 on my cash side.
Now, on top of them making more money than us and not having to work and having thousands of kids, Congress decides to cut our benefits to help them.
Yeah, really. I love how the fact that we have these rich fucking politicians out there, basically telling people to spend less or to like do all this other bullshit, and then here or like talking about how they're trying to make everybody equal, or they're trying to give everybody equal opportunity and that. And here they are with their millions of dollars, like spending big fancy fucking sports cars and entertainment systems and taking like big luxurious vacations, like, and then they are asking us Americans who are actually to get by to like try and live more frugally. And it's like, you know what? Fuck you.
Actually seen something on the news, I believe it was yesterday, that said more than half of Congress makes $1 million.
That's ridiculous.
You know what's funny? They also gave themselves a raise.
What's
They're
next
like,
on the agenda?
we're-
Let's give ourselves more money. Ah, agreed.
They're like, well, we are right now under sequestrian, which fucked us big time. We are, $17 trillion in debt. We are borrowing money left and right that we cannot pay back. No, sorry. We're borrowing money left and right to give money. Hence the like $3 million we just sent overseas, million to Israel, another 2 million to Egypt. Was it? We need to cut that down. But first, what do you guys feel like? You guys feel like a raise? Raise? Yeah. You want more money? You do? Yeah. Let's do that. Fuck it. Oh, our military. Yeah, we can go go ahead and cut some of that shit. We really don't do that. Oh, their guns? Yeah, they gotta go.
Dale, I want to raise. Bust out your credit card.
I really, really need to make this joke. Basically, Congress, they put the greed in agreed.
I like that.
We need to focus on what's going on here more than what's going on elsewhere.
We need to worry about our own shit right now. We need to like leave everybody alone.
Speaking of things being out of control of our government, so you guys remember that nuclear reactor over in Japan, that whole meltdown thing?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Dale, you were telling me about what's going on with that now.
Yep, it is on our way over, folks. As in to the West Coast. And I believe, just like the wonderful circle of evolution, it's the circle of life. Sorry, I had to do that one. Anyways,
I don't remember what that's from.
fucking Lion King, dude.
Fuck that movie.
What? Fuck you. Your podcast is stupid. I'm gonna end this shit right now.
Pulls out a gun.
Blast. We just hear a gunshot and then fucking head fucking lands on the table. Doof.
But anyways, there's the radiation from the nuclear reactor over Japan. It's still leaking. They say apparently it's too dangerous to go in to try to repair it. I was actually reading up on facts of it, and if you Google it and stuff like that, if you go look on the ads and everything, and if you look up the reports about radiation and everything, if you read the ones that are like pretty much in the same category as the fucking world's going to end, it's all a lie. It's actually, even though yes, like the currents are dragging it over, it's somewhat going to dilute it. And also
because of the large distance of area it's covering and how spread out it's getting.
Exactly. Just like water, it evaporates, goes in the clouds. Fucking now you got radiation raining down on top of us. Hits the soil. Fucking cows eat that shit, get radiated. Fucking you eat the cow, you're radiated. Or even the fucking fish.
Yeah, it's an endless circle of
pretty much-
radiated life.
Pretty soon we're gonna have an entire country that's gonna turn into the X-Men.
So, Ryan, before we went on air tonight, you spent a good 20 minutes just shitting your brains out.
Yeah.
Do you believe that you may be poisoned by the radiation, and that's why you can't make a solid poop?
That's true.
No, my solid. I think I just got sick. I don't know.
From the
Maybe.
radiation?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
I was surfing out in the water.
yeah, and you live in California, and you were surfing in the water. Maybe that little bit of radiation made you sick.
Maybe all those years of smoking pot, though, like maybe somehow the THC has made him it's just like made him immune to radiation. Is there like my pet theory that like Snoop Dogg doesn't need to smoke pot anymore? Like his body can now naturally produce THC. He just does it to keep up appearances so that way people don't discover his mutant power and try to harvest his blood to get high.
Is Snoop Dogg's body basically its own wax factory?
Maybe.
Ryan, for those who may not know.
Oh yeah, I could explain to you what wax is. Wax is basically what you do is wax is basically concentrated THC. They take marijuana buds and they stuff them in a canister and they shoot butane through them, and the butane washes all the THC crystals off of the out of the buds, and that all comes out in a liquid into a pan, and then you let all the butane evaporate, and then you slap that in the freezer, and you let it sit in the freezer for about an hour, and then you scrape all of it off of a thing that you use to collect, and that's wax.
Like how do you like get it in your body? Like I mean, obviously if it's
wax?
like a waxy. Yeah,
What
how do you like?
there's devices called oil wells. Basically, it's got this nail, like a nail that's you heat with a torch,
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a little cup kind of deal. Well, that sits over. There's a dome that sits over that. You pull the dome off of from over it. The nail up with a really hot until it's really red. Then you put the dome over it, and you take the wax on a little dabber, and you stick it to the hot nail, and it evaporates, and you suck through, and it pulls the smoke. The dome keeps the smoke to go through the holes into the smoking device and goes into your lungs. And it's pure THC. Like it's 97% THC. It's like really high.
That's Heisenberg levels. My thing is, I'm curious to how it makes it more pure when you're in a butane. Wouldn't it dilute the purity of the THC?
That's probably why it's only 97%.
It extracts it. Wax is like weed crack.
Let's just go.
So it's like crack, but not addictive.
Weed meth.
Yeah,
pretty much. That's pretty much what it is, bro. I'm telling you.
At that high of a purity level, does the wax blue tint to it?
No, there's different. Actually, if you look up the different kinds of waxes that they make, there's honeycomb wax, there's shatter wax, all look different. There's all kinds of different wax. There's crumbly wax. There's wax that sticks together. There's all kinds of different ones.
They need to change their process so that they can start getting their blue tint. You can't burn it if you cook it at too high of a temperature. At any point in time, you burn it, you lose that blue tint. Until somebody's making, Heisenberg level wax. But what we got from radiation to wax. So the transitional period there was Ryan shitting his brains out. Now, do you think that maybe radiation that made you not be able to poop solid, and maybe it was wax that made you not be able to poop solid?
No, I haven't smoked wax. Well, actually, I smoked wax not too long ago.
Back to the whole radiation thing, you realize that our government ain't saying shit about it.
It's a conspiracy.
I brought it to the point initially because the mainstream media, if you will, not really said anything about this.
Nope.
So people always go on the theories of like, the government hides everything from us. I think some things maybe yes, but at the same time you think they're just like this big evil monster, like there's absolutely no good in the government or something. My thought, maybe the radiation's not bad enough to actually really affect anything, but they don't want the mass majority of the public being like, oh my god, we're all gonna fucking get radiation, and they don't want everyone to think, oh shit, we're gonna just sprout a third leg if we go in contact with the ocean, when that's not the case at all. You might get the flu and not be able to poop solid for a couple weeks, and like that's the extent of what's gonna happen to you. So instead of like the general public blowing it out of proportion, they're just
I already have a third leg.
Yeah, I knew somebody had to make that joke.
Is that third leg normally something that somebody sticks in your ass?
See, I knew somebody had to make that joke, but it couldn't be me or Mike because obviously, we aren't packing. So
we're not packing, but we be whacking. Ow!
I was not expecting that.
See, the thing is, people may be wondering at this point in time, where was Nick to make that dick joke? Unfortunately, Nick won't be with the show moving forward. You may be wondering why. It's because, he eventually was caught, and he was convicted, and he is in prison. They found tons of children's bodies in his backyard, and he's now serving like 3 consecutive life sentences.
Also, partly why Mike had to go back to Florida, because, he wants to be as far away from Nick as possible.
Yeah.
He had it coming to him, though. You can't really feel sorry for him.
Give him the death penalty and let me go watch.
See, and you may want to know, why haven't you seen this on TV? Well, the government feels that you don't know the full story, so that's why they're keeping it from you. And that does it for this episode of 30 Minutes of Mayhem. I have been your host. My name is Michael Mayhew, and I have been here with my co-hosts,
Greg,
Ryan Gatt.
Dale.
Later, fellas.